guys, I'm on my way to the post office. The past few days there hasn't been much to share because I was focusing the entire day on my PhD. As you saw in the last clip, I was getting sick. I had amygdalitis, so I said, you know what, it's better to stop the vlog here. I'm not gonna vlog how I am sick. It's not the purpose of this vlog. So I decided to take a few days to just do nothing, focus on my PhD and recover from the cold. I am perfect now, but the last thing that you saw was that I ordered the supplements and my treatment for the Lyme disease, and one of the delivery guys apparently missed me. I was home, but it's okay. So I'm going to go now, pick it up, and I am going to take advantage and walk. The sun is out. I haven't been out in a very long time, so I'm just gonna walk a little bit, just a tiny bit, and then go back to work. Today is the day that I go back into my fitness routine. I had the call yesterday with my personal trainer. So yeah, very excited. Nice things are happening, and I'll continue the vlog to show you how I'm planning for March, and not only planning for March, but like restarting my 2025.
One eternity later.
Good morning. Jorge is finishing his lab and I'm just going to walk. I'm going to find a space under the sun, but I thought it would be nice to just talk to you. So when we're working on creating our routines, on building habits, it's better to start small. I said this before, and to only pick one. So my ideal morning routine is waking up at 5:30, 6 a.m. You know, find a moment to meditate, journal, work out, you know, have my matcha, like breakfast, and then just slowly get ready to work. But right now I am not there, and I have noticed so many times in the past that when I try to do that, like suddenly on the first days I get really tired and I give up. And I think the best that works for me and the best that works for a lot of people is to just pick one, start with that one, and then go from there. So right now I'm not trying to wake up early. Actually, since December I haven't set up an alarm. I don't want to wake up with an alarm. Also I have read that waking up with alarm is not very healthy. So yeah. So the first days that I was waking up without an alarm, I could see that I was waking up super late, like 10:30, 11, and I feel like that was a way of my body telling me that it needed that sleep. But now I'm waking up by myself at around 8. Sometimes I force myself to get a little bit more sleep, but others I just wake up at 8. So I'm really liking that, and the thing that I'm working and giving priority to is working out, and today was running. So now it's time for me to have my supplements. So I don't really like the idea of having a lot of things first thing in the morning with an empty stomach. So because I'm having my treatment for the Lyme disease, I'm just making sure that, you know, I'm not bombarding my stomach with a lot of pills. I'm trying to leave some time in between. So I normally have my treatment first thing in the morning. This morning I forgot, that's why today everything is going a little bit late, but because I'm working from home I don't really care. I'm just making sure that I keep the timing. So this is the pouch, so it comes in a box. This is the box from Cure, and inside here you've got all of the pouches for 1 month. So normally what I do is have the Lyme disease treatment first thing in the morning, but today I forgot. Today my focus was to go out to run, so that's the only thing my brain was thinking. So I had them after my run when I came back. So my ideal way of having my supplements right now, because of the Lyme disease treatment, is Lyme disease treatment first thing in the morning, then I wait a little bit, like 30 minutes. I have my morning shot, which you just saw, so the lemon, ginger, turmeric and olive oil. Then I wait another 20 minutes or so, more or less, and then after that I would like to do my workout. Right now I'm just going with the flow, seeing how my body feels. Like as I mentioned in the walk, my goal right now, or my priority, is not to have like a fixed timing and waking up super early and working out. I would love to get there, but right now I'm just going with the flow. So ideally I would have the morning shot and then just work out, and then after my workout have the drinks that you saw, so the collagen, hyaluronic acid, electrolytes, the protein powder that comes with greens and mushrooms. And then I would wait 20 minutes just to let my body to just absorb that, and then I would have my supplements. So in this pouch from Cure I decided to have several things, but I don't want to have them all now. I don't know if you remember from the first video, Chromium and Milk Thistle, I want to have them at night, not now, because the reason why I ordered Chromium and Milk Thistle is for my menstrual cycle. Not only my menstrual cycle, but also like balance my hormones. And I have done research, and they say that the best moment to have supplements regarding your menstrual cycle and hormones is at night, because that's when you're going to get ready to sleep and your body's going to prepare to rest and repair anything in your body. Okay, so this and this for sure is the Boswellia and the Milk Thistle, and this is the Chromium. So these three I'm going to have in the evening. The Boswellia, I just like having it because it has anti-cancer properties, but I cannot have it with iron because it will block the absorption. I have done research. Sometimes you have to be very careful with the supplements that you have because they may interact and block the absorption. So in the morning I just want to have my omega, my vitamin B complex, the ubiquinol Q10, and my solar complex, which is vitamin C and vitamin E. Vitamin C is going to help with the absorption of iron. This is my iron, this is my vitamin D, and this is my magnesium. So these are the supplements that I want to have now. And my probiotics, always from this brand. It's the brand that I trust the most. It's backed by science. It has 24 strains of prebiotics, and it also has the probiotics, which is the food to keep the prebiotics. Am I saying it right? 24 strands of probiotic, and it has the prebiotic, which is the food to keep the probiotics healthy and strong. I always mix the pre and the pro. Also, I have read that probiotics help with the absorption of iron and magnesium, so that's great. And these three I'm just gonna keep for later. So normally after this I wait a little bit, just a few minutes, maybe 10 or 15, something like that, to let my body absorb that. So I'm still on an empty stomach. Today, for some reason, everything is going really, really slow. I don't know what's happening, but like it's 12:30 already. So in between breaks, in between me having all these supplements, I have been working. I just don't know what's happening. Like I look at the time, suddenly it's 12:30 and I'm like, what is happening? Normally I have breakfast after this, but because it's getting so late, I'm just gonna have lunch directly. Again, this is an example of how I'm just going towards my routine little by little, step by step. I am not in a hurry. I do not want to rush into things. I want to do things slowly and at a pace that my body gets used to it naturally. So of course my ideal thing would be to have breakfast. And this was something that my gynecologist told me. Women should never skip breakfast because it can lead to a very high cortisol level and that can influence our menstrual cycle. And I don't know if you know, but my menstrual cycle at this stage is not really healthy. When I went to the gynecologist, she detected a lot of inflammation. We did the test for endometriosis. It was negative, so that's a good thing. Also the test for ovarian cancer, negative, also a good thing. But yeah, there was a lot of inflammation in my endometrium, and also I was diagnosed with premenstrual syndrome. So that's why I'm like, okay, I really want to have breakfast. So anything that I can do to help, I will do it. But I don't know what's happening today, that it's very, very late. So yeah, I won't have breakfast. I'll just have lunch directly. But I want to wait a few minutes so that my body can absorb the supplements. And yeah, this is how it's going so far with my supplements and my fitness and everything. Just slowly building the routine. I'm just so tired from the past of working like crazy, putting a huge effort into my morning routine, into like having everything perfectly set up, that because it's not done in the right way, I can get tired super quickly and I give up because my body is exhausted. So I would rather do it like this and let my body get used to it slowly rather than rushing into things. Of course, this depends on each person. Each person is different. Like before, years ago, I would manage to do this. Like I would manage to have the perfect morning routine with my waking up super early, my fitness, my supplements, everything. But I think this struggle that I have been dealing with comes from exhaustion and stress of the PhD, and also my diagnosis with Lyme disease. Like I have a disease. My body's just not functioning as a healthy body, and that is okay. So this is my process of accepting my body as it is, letting it get used to the things little by little, rather than rushing it and making it suffer, because our bodies are there for ourselves. They are the reason why we get up every day. So I want to love it and take care of it. And now I'm just gonna keep on working. I am going to have lunch now. It's 3:15. This is very late. I do not have lunch normally at this time, but today I don't know what happened. I'm not hungry at all. And I was so focused on my work that I forgot. I looked at the time, and actually I'm not hungry right now, but I have like, it's not really a headache, but you know this feeling on your head when you have been in front of the screen for a very long time and you start getting a little bit tired. So I'm just going to make a little lunch. I'm going to make some eggs, and I'm going to mix it with spinach and celery. Lately, this is something that I'm having and I love it. something new that I do, like cutting all the celery and putting all of the spinach here. It's something new that I do. As soon as I buy them, I do this, because before I would always buy them, put them directly in the fridge. I would never take them out of the plastic. I would be like, okay, I will do it whenever I have to use them. But I am not like my partner, okay? I don't like to cook. I like things to be easy. And this is not only for cooking, this is for anything. And I have mentioned this a lot of times, even for the moment of creating habits. If creating the habit requires a lot of effort, I will not do it. I like things done easy and fun, and you know. So something that I did once was this, cutting and preparing it, and then it's done and I don't have to do it and again until the next time that I have to buy it. And for instance, another example in terms of habits is to work out. I prepare my workout clothes and I leave them ready the night before. So in the morning I change from my pajamas to my workout and I increase the chances of me working out. So yeah, I don't know, I really wanted to share this, an example of how you can try and make things easy. Alright, so we're going to step into the hard part of silence. Okay, to the hard part of getting back on track. I have to say that I have a love-hate relationship with this, because on some part it brings me a lot of anxiety, or like I get very nervous, but then when it's done I'm like, okay, we can do this. We're going to get into the planning part to make sure that we have everything on the right track. So on the previous video we did brain dump. I did the brain dump both in Notion and oops, in lots of papers. Just whenever something popped in my head I was like, I need to get this out of my mind. And this is why I always tell you guys, like the brain dump, it doesn't have to be in one specific moment, all of it. Sometimes you're just going to do it and then you're going to go ahead and do another thing and your brain is going to bring you another thing that you have to do, or another thought, another feeling, another whatever, that you just have to try to say, instead of ignoring it, say, okay, I need put this on a piece of paper, and then you'll sit down and take a moment to take care of it. So the first thing that I would advise you to do is reflect on February. You will be watching this Sunday 16. I know that for a lot of you this will mean that you're in the middle of the month and there's only 2 weeks left for April, but we don't care. We're still prepping for March. It is never too late. You still have 2 weeks of March. Let's just do the best that we can. So I'm going to go ahead and reflect on February. And why not reflect on February but also reflect on the first part of March, because it already happened. I'm going to write 3 things to remember what goals or habits did I work on during this month? What's the progress? How will you celebrate or reward yourself for this month? What lessons did you learn for this month? Any important reminders to leave here? How have you been feeling? Is there something you want to improve next month? And what mindful habits would you like to start working on the next month? So I'm going to go ahead and reflect. And I think you should too, because reflecting will actually make better the planning for the next month and knowing exactly what you need to focus on. Reflection is done. The next thing that I'm going to do is just quickly go through my bills. I have received more envelopes. I normally leave this for the last minute, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and write the rest of the bills that are upcoming and the deadline. Okay, since I'm here checking emails, I'm going to go ahead and schedule a meeting that I have with my personal trainer. I'm gonna make sure that that is in my calendar before I forget. Let's make perfect. That is noted. Okay, let's continue with the emails. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to my Notion dashboard. I know a lot of you has asked for my Notion. I know I'm super late, I know, but I promise it will be worth it. I am doing so many changes, you have no idea. And I was putting myself in a rush to have this ready for you way in advance, but no. Sorry, I love the process, and I love how it's becoming better, and I don't want to rush it at all. Okay, so this is my Notion planner. So the first thing that I like to do is set this month focus. So for me, it's going to be build a solid fitness routine. The reason why I want to write this is because I feel like I always come and go with my fitness routine. Even though I have been working with my personal trainer, I feel like I always fall out of the routine, and this month I really want to stick to my fitness routine. Now for this month intention, the way that I do that is that I get my set of cards, I shuffle them, and then I will pick one. I listen to my body and I allow myself to slow down and rest without guilt. The intention of this month is listen to my body, slow down and rest without guilt. This is actually such a good one because whenever I'm resting, I feel so guilty, as if I do not deserve to rest and I have to keep on working all the time. This is something that I'm working actually with my therapist. We can set now the affirmation. So the way that I do this is we click on this button, and here we will see all of the affirmations that I myself have created. I'm going to go ahead. I speak my mind with confidence and clarity. Okay, I love this. I'm gonna pick that one because I am a person that struggles finding the way to, once I made a decision and once that I made up my mind about something, say it with absolute confidence. Or, it's not only about making decisions for your life, but for instance, what you're going to be working on today. Feel confident about the decision that you made about what you're going to be working on today. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I have always found myself seeking for validation. Every single time it's less and less. process because it's another thing that I'm working with my therapist. But I noticed, thanks to my partner and my sister, they both of them told me, like, we love you, we're always here for you, like anything you want to talk about, just say it. But you always feel like you need the validation, like the okay of another person to feel that you made the right decision. So this planner that I have right here is only for my personal and my business. The PhD goes in a complete different dashboard. I have everything completely separated. So this month's priority, I'm gonna say stay consistent on YouTube. The next priority, well, actually, you know what? This should be the second one. Stay consistent on YouTube should be the second one. The first one should be to not miss a day of treatment. Sometimes I forget that I am on treatment with Lyme disease because I'm feeling so much better, but anyway. And the third one is going to be read the third book of ACOTAR series. That's something that I have to update you on. I want to go back to Productivity Hub and I want to go to my massive list. This is do you see that? This is the list of everything that I have to do at some point. And I want to go back and write everything that I put. So this is something that we can do together. Write down in your Notion, in your whatever, every single thing that you brain dump, whether it is a feeling, a meeting, a to-do, a bill to pay, anything. Let's just write it down. And what we're going to do next is actually to plan it and dedicate a day in the calendar where you're going to do it. So the way that I do this is that, as you can see, I write here every single task. Okay, then the due date, I do it the last thing. Here I write what day of the week it is, and the reason for this is because I have different ways that I see this in my weekly and my daily planner. The next thing that I do is write the category. Is it content creation? Is it business? Is it personal? Social media admin? Then the type: Instagram, YouTube, podcast, blog writing, community, admin, personal goal, wish list. What is it? Then I type the energy. Then the status, clearly right now it's planning, and then I set the priority. And then here I've got little buttons. When I click on focus mode, the ones that have been selected with high priority will be the ones to be showing. And then I like doing the energy because some days I don't know what I can do, and maybe I have a lot of high energy or I have low energy, so I will click on these buttons and only the tasks with that specific energy will show. Now what I want to do is write down everything that I have in here. Then I'm going to click on the calendar. This is my calendar view. And then I will click on this button, schedule tasks. What is going to happen is that every single task that I have written down that does not have a date is gonna be here. And with this split screen, I can just drag and drop and put it wherever. Before, I would have to, after doing this, I would have to go to my Google Calendar and copy every single task that I had planned here. However, I found, I'm sorry, I can't stop smiling because I'm very happy about this. I found a calendar. It is called Morgan. And in Morgan, you can sync your Notion. So every single task that you write in Notion will appear here. So these are the ones overdue. I need to update this because this is not true. And the rest of the tasks here. You can also drag and drop here. So let me go to my week. Let me just move this for the sake of showing it to you. In a bit I have to work on my PhD. So check bills. If I drag and I put it here, check bills. Every single thing that is scheduled for today, it will appear here. So you can actually drag and drop the time. And then if you have done it, you can, voila, click as done or not. That's a little update that I really wanted to show.
Something that I wanted to talk about before I forget is that if you're thinking of getting back on track with your fitness routine, if you're thinking of doing more yoga, if you're thinking of doing meditation, things that you're not used to and that you really would like to do, again, this is just an advice. It works for me. It may not work for you, but I just want to share it. I think the best is to schedule it. Not just say, tomorrow I will do this, or from now on I will do yoga on a daily basis. I think the best thing is to book it. For instance, when I go to a studio for yoga or for reformative Pilates, I put it in my calendar. I think a lot of people do that because they actually have to go to the studio. I would do the same thing for whenever you have to work out, even if it is at home. Because the fact that you see it on your calendar, the whatever calendar or planner app that you use, if you see it there, if it's scheduled, you increase the chances of doing it. So I do that in my Notion and on my calendar.
The next morning.
Hi guys, good morning officially. If you hear that noise, is the air purifier and the coffee machine. I am getting ready to start working, and I just want to continue with yesterday because what happened was that the battery died, and when it was fully charged again, it was way too late in the night and I just was very tired. So yeah, to continue with what I was doing yesterday so that you can do it yourself, it basically, I scheduled my workouts, I scheduled my yoga sessions. I picked a few from Boho Beautiful that are a mixture of short and long sessions. I scheduled my meditation. I did meditation this morning. I did a 7-minute stress and anxiety relief one. And yeah, that is what I did, and I highly suggest you to do that. If you're working onto a new fitness routine, yoga, any habit, if you schedule it, if you make sure it's in your calendar, the chances of you actually doing will increase. Another thing that I want to talk about is about the books. This year so far, I read these 2 books. So this one, I remember I began in October, but then I stopped. Like, I only read like 2 pages, and the reason for that was because I started to become very, very busy with work. I started being tired, and I really wanted to enjoy this book because my best friend was reading it, and she told me that it was really, really amazing, so I really wanted to enjoy it. So yeah, I restarted it in January. I was reading it mainly in the metro to go to work and back, because at that time I had a lot of work, so I just really wanted to use that time to read. And then I got so addicted that I started this one immediately the day after finishing that one, and I read this in like 3-4 days. 3-4 days. That has never happened to me in a very long time, and the way that I did it was, I don't know if you guys know the concept of immersive reading, but in Audible sometimes they have like the graphic audio, so it's not just a person reading out loud the book, it's several characters. And you've got like noises and sounds and music, and I was listening to that while I was reading. I love that. I couldn't stop reading it, I swear to God. But I want to read the 3rd one. I haven't bought it yet. But yeah, when I finished this, I was like, I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't work. I didn't want to belong to this world, I wanted to belong to that world. And I thought, okay, I need to stop, I need to do a break. I cannot live like this. And I needed to like work on my PhD and focus on my business and my content and everything. So I said, you know what, let me just take a break. But yeah, I am planning very soon to buy the 3rd one, and that is the next book that I am going to be reading. I'm all about reading self-help books and like health books and things like that. But lately, I think I mentioned this in some video, lately I felt like I was always studying, because I mean, I'm doing a PhD, I have to study a lot in my PhD, I have to keep up with articles, I have to, you know, study. And then when I was reading the self-help books and the health books, at the end I felt like I was never resting, I felt like I was always studying. So yeah, for now I just want to focus on reading novel books, and I'll get back to my self-help books more in the future. But yeah, that's my little book update. An ACOTAR girly. What I'm reading now, it's this one. It's The Love Hypothesis. I got it when I went to London, and I thought, because it's people doing PhDs, they're in the 3rd year, I'm like, okay, I haven't actually started, but it's the one that I want to read. I think it's gonna be good for now, in the little break between the ACOTAR books. And so yeah, I haven't like officially started because I'm focused a lot in this like planning get back on track. But yeah, this is the one that I'm reading now. I've heard a lot of good things. And yeah, that's it for the book update. Yesterday I managed to put every single thing that I had in paper into my Notion, and I just want to make sure that I go through all of them, because it has been a very long time that I haven't looked through every single task that I have to do. I want to do that for my personal business and my PhD, and just schedule the most important things. This is going to take a while, but sometimes we just have to do it. Sit and just go through every single thing that we have planned and see what is the priority. You don't have to plan absolutely everything. What I advise is that you put what is the maximum priority to do now, focus on those tasks, and see how you can lay it out in the upcoming days or upcoming weeks depending on your deadline. Okay guys, so this is it. Once you have done all the planning, the next step is to take action. The most difficult thing is to start. Once you start, just keep on going. I really hope that you liked this video. I'm really sorry if it was too long, but I really wanted to show this planning as it was happening in my life. So yeah, I really hope this helped, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
That sound nice. To think better, feel better, love better, sleep